Hey there, hi there, collective. It's me, Priscilla B, and welcome to the Witch's Road. So basically, I am going to be using this Witch's Tarot book for this reading, and I'm going to be doing a triple goddess spread reading for you. Okay, and let me tell you what that's about. So let's see here. So the triple goddess spread says here, listen to the words of the Great Mother by Doreen Valente. I came up with the idea for this triple goddess reading as Mark the artist was working his way through the illustrations of the major arcana. I had been explaining the concept of the triple goddess to him as he finished the high priestess card. I told him that the high priestess card in fact represented the maiden, while the empress card was the mother aspect of the goddess. He commented with a chuckle that must be why I had insisted on her being obviously pregnant in the illustration. As I explained how the third aspect was the crone goddess, we ended our conversation, since I had a different book to finish and had a lot of tarot illustrations to work on. I was going over my notes on the script that had been written a year previously, and I kept being drawn to the illustration guideline I had written for the moon card. It just didn't seem right. It was very classic with the crone's face in the waning moon, but it didn't really inspire me. As I love classic tarot images, I was unsure of what to do, so I decided to let the idea brew for a while. I had a few days before Mark would tackle the particular card anyway, so I got ready to run some errands instead. I tossed on a t-shirt which happened to have the triple goddess illustrated on it. I caught my reflection in the mirror, and then it hit me, as a witch's deck, there was no better reason than to make the triple goddess a vital part of the deck. The moon card was my opportunity for a better interpretation of the crone. I had one deity in mind, one of my favorites, Hecate, or Hecta. I always say Hecate, but I know that's wrong, but basically, triple moon goddess, okay? I called Mark back, and then we brainstormed. I made some changes to my script for that card and sent him some reference images. He loved the idea of Hecta and that we would push that particular card beyond what was an average or expected, just like Hecate. Alright, you know what? Just pretend I know what I'm talking about, okay? Herself. I felt the goddess was looking over my shoulder that day, and with images swirling in my mind of what I imagined the crone's card to become, I sat down at my desk and wrote in a spiral notebook the triple goddess reading. Here is the layout. The reading uses three significator cards: the high priestess for the maiden, the empress for the mother, and the moon for the crone. Place these three cards in a row and then shuffle on the remaining cards carefully. Ask the triple goddess to share her wisdom with you. Repeat this charm. Maiden, mother, and crone, now guide my hand and heart. Show me your wisdom today by this witch's art. With the power of 3 times 3, as I will it, so shall it be. Now deal 3 cards under each aspect of the goddess. You will have 9 cards in all. The maiden shows you the possibilities, your hopes and dreams, and what yet may be. The mother shows you how your projects and goals have come to fruition and what is happening right now. The crone shows you the outcome and your karma, the things that are unseen and what you may be unaware of or afraid to face. Okay, so we're going to draw these cards, starting with the maiden. Okay. All right, so the first maiden card is the Chariot. Okay, and the second maiden card is the Wheel of the Year. And the third maiden card is the 6 of Cups. All right, so we're going to take a look at these 3 cards first. All right, and see what that's all about. So, the Chariot. An armor-clad charioteer stands inside his gold and silver chariot as he races his horses through the clouds, and across the sky in the background, we see a crescent moon, starry skies, and the sun rises lighter sky beneath him. On the charioteer's helmet is an 8-pointed star. This is the star of Venus, a symbol of healing. Across his armor is a golden sash bearing the signs of the zodiac. He holds a magician's wand aloft in his left hand, and with his right hand he appears to be directing the two horses that are pulling the chariot with the strength of his will alone. As there are no reins on the horses, illustrates that he is in control of his personal power and the magical energy of play. The chariot tells the story of the hero, he who has battled fiercely and won. This is the only card in the deck that has two horses in it, and their symbolism is important. This pair of horses mimics the pillars in the High Priestess card. To the driver's right is a black horse which represents night, lunar magic, chaos, the subconscious, and feminine energies. The white horse on the driver's left symbolizes the day, solar magic, order, the conscious mind, and masculine energies. Rather than being ruled by those forces, the charioteer directs them and harnesses these powers to create the outcome that he desires, just as we see him controlling the pair of horses and keeping them moving forward. All right, so the meanings here are, this is a card that speaks of hard-won victories. The Chariot card is all about self-confidence, control, motivation, and the determination to succeed. Tap into your own personal power and you will see your goals manifest. Obstacles and blocks will be removed. Work magic for movement and change. When the Chariot comes roaring into a reading, it is a message to combine your magic with mental discipline and tenacity. Power comes from within. Believe in yourself. Combine determination, focus, and willpower, and you will succeed. In the major arcana, only the Chariot, the High Priestess, and the Star cards have starry skies. These three cards are linked. If the High Priestess appears in a reading with the Chariot, it is a sign that victory can be obtained through wisdom. If the Star appears in a reading with the Chariot, it is a sign that the victory will bring an emotional healing. Willpower, ambition, focus, drive, leadership, abilities. Tap into your personal power to see your magic manifest. Overcome adversity and any obstacles in your path. Don't give up. Hang in there. We have the deities associated with this are Apollo, Artemis, and Helos. Astrological association, Cancer. Reverse, no willpower, no drive, lack of focus or ambition, fear of commitment. Okay, so the key words here are willpower, ambition, focus, drive, leadership, abilities. So, I mean, you're doing that, you know, you're tapping into your power, your personal power, and you're watching your magic manifest. You know, like, you're really separating yourself and in a very fast-paced type of way, energetically, from the energy that, you know, has no willpower, has no drive, lack of focus or ambition, and then the fear of commitment. You know, like, that's not an energy you want to attach yourself to anymore, so you're separating yourself from that. Now we have the Wheel of the Year. Okay, because that's what the Chariot is really doing. The Chariot is taking you to the Wheel of the Year here, and showing you what that's all about. So it's definitely a separation happening, you know. Also talked about the Star as well, so we can take a look at the Star energy. Yeah. Okay, so the Wheel of the Year is celebrating the Sabbats and Esbats. Good luck. Working with the energies and magic of each season. The deities here are Fortuna and Erenrod. The astrological association is Jupiter. Reversed, a period of bad luck, feeling disconnected from the seasons and rhythms of nature. Seasonal affective distorter, wintertime blues. Okay, you know, you're not... I don't think you have the seasonal affective disorder, okay? I think you actually are separating yourself from those that might be showing signs of that or are showing signs of that, because your willingness to embrace the seasons of change, your willingness to embrace the transformative energetic flow that is coming towards you at this time, that's what the Chariot is essentially doing. It's like bringing you to this energy, you know. You are willing to go there, you know, you're willing to travel there, you're willing to see and explore new energetic flows. and there is a sense of abundance here with the pentacle. There is a sense of emotional fulfillment with the cup. There's a sense of messages coming in that are positive for you and giving you positive feedback and positive energetic flow and connection. And then there's the swords, which is giving you this beautiful, wonderful new clarity. It's bringing you so much awareness. It's bringing you to a place that it now makes sense, kind of like a full circle moment for you with the wheel there. Okay. So that being said, we move into the third card with the maiden, and that's the Six of Cups. Okay. And we'll take a look at the star energy, just to get a little bit more insight on that as well. Because that's interesting, the star energy is coming through with the Chariot energy. So the star is a card of hope, inner peace, creativity, and healing. When this beautiful Tranquil card turns up in a reading, it is a sign that physical and emotional healing is on the way. Have hope, follow your dreams, and your wishes will be granted. Healing, inspiration, intuition, renewal. You will be working successfully with your intuitive gifts. Also, astrological timing is imperative to any magic performed at this time. Star goddess, Astrea, Venus, Isis, Ishtar, Nuit, Thoth. Astrological association, Aquarius. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So your Six of Cups, okay, this is all about happy memories from your childhood, old friends and family, and your past. Okay. Like going from leaving behind certain negative energies and entering into a new energetic flow where you are feeling like nostalgia again, okay? It's a really good time for you. It's a really good energy to be in for you. A surprise visit from a family member or a classmate whom you may not have seen in years, a forgotten friend from your old stomping grounds, a former coven member who moved away, or a childhood sweetheart who may be making a return appearance in your life. The Six of Cups card may also notice that you need to adopt more childlike type of wonder for the world around you. Let your imagination guide you into new creative projects. Believe in magic again. Happy memories, old friends, childhood, family, and school reunions. Let your imagination soar. Believe in magic again. Okay? So if you are feeling sad over an end of relationship or unhappy memories or losing your joy in magic, okay, that's where like the mother of the Triple Moon Goddess energy comes in, right? Because the maiden is just like starting off, right? You're just starting off on this new journey down the witch's road, okay? And that journey is an expansion of your mind and your higher consciousness, but it can feel overwhelming at first because it's so much energy that you haven't experienced in a while, so much positive energy, so much positive affirmations and support that you have not received it for so long that it can feel very overwhelming at first, and you can feel a little bit nervous and scared, a lot like childhood. So not to say you are a child, but like, you're kind of like a noob at this, right? Like, you're just starting off, you're a newbie, and you want to go down this road, but it can seem a little bit scary at first. So in order to kind of help you and support you on that journey, the mother energy comes in, which is a loving, nurturing, caring, caregiver energy, right? Well, it's supposed to be, right? I know a lot of us probably had, moms that weren't always like that. But the energy is what's important here, okay? So looking at the mother, this shows you how your projects and goals have come to fruition and what is happening right now, okay? And we have the Two of Pentacles, okay, paired up with the Chariot. We have the Knight of Wands paired up with the Wheel of the Year, okay? And we have the Five of Cups paired up with the Six of Cups, okay? So taking a look here at this Five of Cups, okay? Because obviously it's a mermaid. She looks sad. She has like no more energy emotionally to put towards something here. This could be where those like painful memories are trying to like take hold of you and sort of like bring you to a place where you're like not feeling so great and all that. So let's take a look here. Yeah, the Five of Cups, okay? This is dissatisfaction, um, disappointment, moping, moodiness, melodrama, wanting things you cannot have or that will not benefit the long run. Allow the element of water to wash away your doldrums. Loss, remorse, minor depression, and sadness, okay? So I feel like that's the energy you were in, and that's the energy you're trying to leave behind. So then we have your Two of Pentacles. We have your Knight of Wands. So the Two of Pentacles. So this is going to be about multitasking, second chances, second job. Keep an eye on your personal finances. Balance your budget. Okay. When this card is tossed into a reading, it symbolizes that it is time to develop new skills. However, this will not be an issue for you as you are adept at juggling several things at once, much like a mom. Okay, shout out to all my moms out there watching this. Multitaskers, right? Okay, with ease and enjoyment, a master. Actually, I feel like we could give so many people a master class on multitasking. Like, it really should be like a thing. So, with ease and enjoyment, this card also illustrates that you possibly have a choice to make about two different material things. This is the card of second chances or perhaps of taking on a second job. The Two of Pentacles is the ultimate multitasking card. Finally, this card can also indicate a time to be careful with money, watch your personal finances, and balancing your budget. Okay? Yeah, that sounds like a mom would say that. Obviously, I am a mom, so that sounds like something I would say and tell myself, right? So then we move into the Knight of Wands, okay? So let's take a look here at this Knight of Wands energy, Knight of Wands, okay, and Knight of Wands. All right, okay. So the Knight of Wands, when the Knight of Wands comes roaring into your life, much like the Chariot, right? The Chariot comes roaring in as well. Brings change, exciting activity, and exhilaration. This is the card of movement. Expect the unexpected. You may find yourself moving to a new job or moving to a new house. An opportunity for travel may present itself. The travel may be for business, as the Suit of Wands is often related to career and business. This card heralds a time of energy, bold moves, action, and adventure. This court card may also announce that an energetic, fiery, opinionated, and enthusiastic young man with fair hair and pale eyes is about to enter your life, so be on your toes. The Knight of Wands challenges to embrace change, have an adventure, and enjoy the journey. Adventure, change, enthusiasm, passion, travel for business, make a bold move now, movement, a new job, a new house. The elements associated here are fire and fire. Fire is the Suit of Wands, related natural element, while all four of the knights are associated with the energetic element of fire. Astrological association, Sagittarius. Reversed, haste, taking dangerous risks, confusion, and disrupted or derailed project. Okay, so the kind of mom energy here is like you still deserve fire, passion, twin flame energy, soulmate, connection energy I'm picking up on. You also deserve, to be able to feel supported on your plans, right? That's kind of like what you're looking for or aiming for here. It's like partnership, equal give and take, right? The Five of Cups seems like you weren't getting that before, so now it's time to like go in search of that. I'm not saying like chase after energy that's just dull and boring and, I'm sorry to say, sorry not sorry, useless. Like just no nothing up here is making sense, okay, with that energy that I'm picking up on from the Five of Cups. And that's what left you feeling so empty and depleted, because you weren't getting the energy that you were giving back. But now you are getting that energy. It is coming in for you, and that is motivating you to balance all those things that you have to balance as a mom, or as that mom energy. Even if you're not a mom, you're still a person out in the world that has to budget and finance and pay for bills and buy food for yourself, and also have some work-life balance. I'm getting work-life balance. You have to have some fun, go see a movie or go shopping and buy her something that isn't, food related to maintaining the household or whatever, but something fun and exciting for yourself, okay? And because when that stuff gets stripped away and when there's no balance happening there, that's when you start feeling that Five of Cups again, okay? So there has to be a reward for all of this multitasking and balancing and all that you're doing, because that's a lot of energy goes into that. Okay, now we move into the crone energy. Shows you the outcome and your karma, the things that are unseen and what you may be unaware or afraid to face. Yeah, see, because the mom energy sometimes will sugarcoat things, right? Like a Mary Poppins, right? A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, my friend. Okay, but the crone, this is kind of like your future self, thinking at like 5-6 steps ahead here. Is kind of like we got to prepare you for some stuff. We're gonna gotta do some prep work here, okay? And setting the tone, right? So here we have the Queen of Wands. Oh my God, yes, please. Okay, this is bad bitch energy right here. Okay, this is a fiery, passionate energy. Okay, that doesn't mess around. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yep, look at this, a happy life. Got the grandpa holding the little baby, showing the baby some magic tricks, you see there. And then the husband and the wife are over here hugging and so happy. Yeah, we've got family, legacy, abundance, inheritance, and the dog represents, that's probably like a golden retriever, I think. That represents loyalty and trust, a best friend. And then we have the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups. Wow. Yeah, the Six of Cups, I think okay, I'll get into that combo in a little bit, because that's kind of a heavy combo for you. So we'll wait on that. Let's focus on the other stuff first. Queen of Wands, okay? So the Queen of Wands is that. Okay, so Queen of Wands. Let's go to the Wands here. So the Queen of Wands, okay, when the Queen of Wands appears in a reading, brace yourself. This is where the fun begins. The Queen of Wands is all about energy, enthusiasm, and passion. This card often symbolizes a fair woman with pale eyes who loves her home, family, and pets. See? She is sassy, fun, warm, affectionate, and mischievous. She is the ultimate multitasker, and we were just talking about that. Oh my God. And is often involved in several groups or committees. She is intense and passionate, but with a good sense of humor. It takes a lot for this woman to lose her temper, but once she does, it is an awesome force of nature. This card denotes a fire sign woman, a talented witch, and a natural-born leader. The Queen of Wands makes a skilled coven high priestess or energetic magical community leader. The message from the Queen of Wands is this: home, family, magic, and career. You can have it all. Yes, you can. Just allow your passion for life and your creative and spiritual energy to fill you up and lead the way. The key words here are a fire sign woman, a woman who is generous with her affections and successful with her family, home, and career. A talented witch and natural leader of a magical group. The ultimate multitasker, popular, outgoing, fun, loving, charming, cheerful, classy. The associated elements here are fire and water. Fire is the suit of wands, related natural element, while all four of the queens are associated with the emotional element of water. Astrological association, Aries. Reversed, we have an energy of someone that is very stubborn, very angry, a manipulative woman, promises made but not kept, an individual who loves to create conflict. We know the type, right? Mother-in-laws. No, I was kidding. But in all seriousness, the thing is with you, it's like you are separating yourself from that energy, okay? Because I feel like for a long time you were letting that energy block you from your own creative energetic flow and your own abilities to show up and showcase who you are. Okay? 10 of Pentacles. Let's take a look at this 10 of Pentacles. Okay? 10 of Pentacles. Classically, this card meant achievement, financial security, and support emotionally or perhaps monetarily from your relatives or loved ones. As the final pip card in the Pentacles suit, it shows the ultimate outcome of both abundance and spirituality. A happy home and loving friends and family. By family, I mean the strong emotional bond between a group of people who share affection. Remember that family is more than just blood relatives. Family may be your partner, your children, your friends, your pets, or your coven members. When this card turns up in a reading, the Corin has a loving family and happy home life. This is the card of commitment, loyalty, community, and success. This card can also symbolize legacies of a psychic or magical talent passed down through the family tree. Magic is all around you. Embrace it. Commitment, community, and financial success. Happy and content family coven. Support, thankfulness, loyalty, a family legacy of magic, inherited psychic talents. Okay. Yeah. So there's something here where the burden of family and or coven problems, unsolicited, unwanted advice or interference in your personal life. A group that does not cherish you and instead smothers and controls. Conflicts coming from a will or an inheritance. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you've had to deal with that, and I really feel like you really, really do not want to think about it. You don't want to focus on it. You don't want to think about it. You want to focus on your career, your family, your choices, your creativity, your passions. I feel like you were sacrificing a lot of yourself for these energetic forces that were really trying to pull you into their own darkness, their own shadow stuff, their own need to manipulate and control you and to project all their stuff onto you for so long. And you're just like, no, the seasons are changing and I'm going this way now. Okay, so keep doing that. Keep saying no to these people. No spells no. And just know that you were on the right path. Okay, when the witch's road isn't designed for you to bring other people along with you. Okay, that have kept you from being on the witch's road. Okay, it's just that simple. The people on the witch's road, the energy that flows on that road and on that journey along with you, that is the energy meant and designed for you. And it's a very different energy from going along with people who continuously block you from your own spiritual journey. Everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own unique path, their own soul contracts, their own karmic ties. But what the witch's road essentially is, it is designed for you and you alone. It's not meant to be given to others or shared with others that aren't spiritually aligned with you. Okay? And a lot of the times that is family members, because you're born into that family. That was not a family of our own creation. The family that you create, your soul family, your soul ties, your spiritual family, that is something you choose. That is all of your choice. And the problem is that sometimes we often find ourselves born into families that they understand, they just choose to try to control. Okay, and that's the problem. Okay, so you gotta cut ties with that, and you gotta go down your spiritual path. You gotta walk the witch's road here in order for that transformation to happen, in order for you to feel these blessings of abundance and passion and creativity come through for you. So that brings us to the Five of Wands, which is obviously conflict, chaos, all the things that, that energy that we just are tired and sick of. Okay, and that is not, it's not meant for us to absorb. It's not meant for us to stay stuck in. It's meant for us to recognize, put up our boundaries, block it out, and move on from it. And just say no to it. Say, I don't want the drama. I don't want the chaos. I don't want your projections projected onto me. Okay? It takes a lot of courage and strength and willpower to speak that into existence and to act upon that. I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy, but it definitely can be done. And it definitely is something that feels a lot lighter, a lot happier, and you get a lot more love, okay, spiritually, energetically, from choosing to say no to the chaos and the drama and the conflict that is not of your making or your design. Because that's not what the Queen of Wands does. That's not what the Triple Moon Goddess, she doesn't create drama and chaos and conflict. She reminds us of what that looks like and what that feels like, and then tells us to separate ourselves from that. Okay? And how we can go about that and how we can prepare for that. Okay? Because it is inevitable. It is part of life. Chaos, drama, that's everywhere. Don't like it. But it does exist. But we can choose to, I want to say ignore it, but address it, move on from it. So the meaning with the Five of Wands, you got the Game of Thrones, right? The House of Dragons, all the families fighting and quarreling. It's a funny word. Trying to, also, I'm a Game of Thrones fan, so I'm really looking forward to the next season. And I did do some research into what happens. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but I will say that I am going to be a fan, and I am still a fan, and I'm going to be watching it. I'm a fan of the Game of Thrones universe. Also, if you like movies and TV shows and stuff like that, I have another YouTube channel. It's called Hot Movies and TV Shows, and I just basically watch movies and TV shows, and then I'm if I see something that is hot to me, then I make a reel about it or something. So definitely check it out. Anyways, so getting back to your Five of Wands, all right. When the Five of Wands soars into your reading, a lot of story going on here. It shows that minor annoyances and petty arguments need to be dealt with. There are different opinions, all wanting to be heard. This card symbolizes bickering between coven mates, friends, or coworkers. This card tells you that challenges are ahead and that you will need to be very clear in communicating your goals and desires to another. There may be petty troubles at your job or a little healthy competition. Put your game face on and put some effort into your problem solving, and you will see positive results. Competition, conflict, disagreements, challenges, petty squabbling at work or within the coven. Put some effort into your problem solving to see positive results. Rivalry, disruption to your plans, serious personality clashes or jealousy within your coven. Severe conflict at your place of employment, power plays. So Crone really does sort of like let us know what our future is going to be, okay? And how we can prepare for it. So, for instance, the Crone is like, you got this, okay? You're a Queen of Wands. If you don't feel it already, it's happening, okay? You're a Queen of Wands in the making. Think of like a makeover, like The Princess Bride, right? Not The Princess Bride. What am I talking about? The Princess Diaries, okay? Anne Hathaway, right? Mia. She goes from like, she's always a nerdy girl, but she goes from this nerdy outside appearance, to, which we all can relate to transforming herself into this, you know, polished, classy looking princess, okay? So, all right, don't listen to me. But anyways, so that's kind of like what's happening here, okay? And then you have the Ten of Pentacles, which is about your legacy, your family that you're creating, that you're building, okay? Yes, your ancestors, the ones that got you spiritually and guided you and believed in you, yes, they've got your back. But if there are current family members that are existing and are in-laws, for example, or, you know, that are just driving you crazy and up a wall, you know, it's okay to separate from them, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, you know. And again, this is an energy where there is a legacy here that you, and it's an energetic legacy that you are working with to create, to make a long-lasting, solid foundation for your family that you're creating. And if this is happening in a career sense, then it's a company, right, that you are creating and building essentially. If this is a career for you, then it's you gathering up your abundance and making sure that your skills and all of that is coming into fruition, and that you're planning for that and you're making preparations for that. And the Five of Wands is that reminder that, remember when you felt like this shitty? Remember when nobody was giving you any love and attention and it was all negative drama and conflict and chaos? Don't go back to that. Nobody wants that, right? That's not fun for anybody. Okay, that's not planning ahead for parties and special times. That's just everyone wallowing in their own self-pity, you know, wallowing in their own victim mentality, right? The Six of Cups is kind of like that, you know, if this is happening to you where you're not feeling the love, tap into some past happy memories. And you might not have to go that far back to when you were a little kid, because that was a long time ago. But like that playful, energetic side to you that wants to feel love again, that wants to feel fun and happy in the sun and go out and play and have a good time, that's the energy that is going to help you. That is going to block out the chaos and the conflict and the heartache. This is the cure for these problems. Going out, taking a walk in the sun, going swimming, you know, picking flowers, all that stuff, right? Going on a hike, you know, whatever. Like, that's going to be, and doing it with people who are playful and energetic like you, okay? That gets your vibe, okay? So that's going to be the cure for all that. But yeah, that is my Witches Tarot reading for you, collective. So I hope you enjoyed it. I do enjoy seeing comments like with heart emojis or butterfly emojis or rose emojis, that are just like, I get your vibe, I love your readings, or I'm into it, I want to see more. It really does mean a lot to me, and definitely keeps me inspired and feeling positive about my readings. So I do encourage you to show some love and support my way. If you subscribe to my channel, that means the world to me, or like this video, that means the world to me. I love all of your support and positive energy and feedback. Thank you so much for watching, and take care now. Bye.